Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Elspa, and I am an urban planner working in the development plan for Gadehavegaard as a project consultant. We have just started this transformation of Gadehavegaard, a residential area in Denmark, from a socially vulnerable residence area into an attractive and sustainable residential area and knowledge district. So I'm very pleased to tell you about this project. So where are we located? We are just west of Copenhagen in a city called Høje-Taastrup, and it's a city of approximately 50,000 inhabitants, and it takes about a half an hour by train or highway to get to Gadehavegaard in Høje-Taastrup. In 2018, the Danish government designated Gadehavegaard to be a ghetto area. This means that the area has to undergo profound physical changes towards 2030. We have to change the houses. Here you see a photo of Gadehavegaard. We have to change from 100% social housing to 40%. So that's a huge transformation. We have to demolish some houses and we have to sell some of the buildings and some of the area as well, and merge some of the apartments to make some bigger apartments. And we have to transform some of the smaller apartments into student housing. And we have to add some completely new functions into this area, both roads and buildings. So we have to build this educational facility, a campus area, and a community area that will gather people in Gadehavegaard and outside of Gadehavegaard. And we are selling some area to private investors to build some private houses. And we are also building some social housing for older people. And rest of the existing apartments and buildings will be completely renovated inside and outside. And we are very happy that you are interested in helping us challenge this decision on demolishing these 260 houses. Very happy. So this is Gadehavegaard today. We have 19 almost identical concrete buildings and a community house for the residents only to use. It is 4 floors, all of the resident buildings. It is social housing only, and it's approximately 1,000 family homes with 2,300 residents living here today. And this you see here is the current plans for the first stage of the development plan. We have 3 stages altogether. This is the first part. So what you see here is that on the top you have this gray building, building 12, which is partly being demolished, and rest of it is going to be sold for a private investor. And with red, you have these buildings which are going to be renovated. And in the bottom where it says Kvarterhus, that's the community center we are planning to build on this lawn. Today it's only it's a football area, and it's just south of Gadehavegaard. So in the middle and in the center of this area, as you see here in the first stage of the development plan, very centrally located and visible from all sides, is this area that we are planning to build a campus, an educational facility. And it will be seen from everywhere, so we hope to be able to invite in people in this area. You should be attracted to this building. And this is where in yellow you can see that we are planning on demolishing quite a few buildings. But should we actually do that? that's where you come in the picture and hopefully can inspire us and to think in other ways. So we would like to challenge the plans for demolishing building 10 and 13. If we go back here, you can see building 10 and 13. So could this instead be a common campus and community center? The two functions be thought together. It will be two completely new functions in this area that will attract people from all over Høje-Taastrup, employees, teachers, students, guests, and inhabitants of Gadehavegaard, of course, but also the surrounding cities. This will mark this new district of mixed housing and new functions in the area, this knowledge district that we are planning to build. This is a visualization of how we imagine Gadehavegaard will look like in 2030 after a partial demolition of buildings and completely renovation of the facades and the interior as well. And you can also see this new public area. We will transform this parking lot and road into a vibrant green area on the right side of this visualization. And you can also see the road that goes now in between the buildings. Right now there is no road here. And at the end of that, in the back of the picture, you have this this blank space where we imagine the campus area right now will be built, which hopefully can be a joint campus and community area. So we have this bound task from the government to transform the area. And we want to do this as clever as possible, and we have very high ambitions in this transformation. We want to make sure that we do it sustainably. For example, we would like to use as much of the material from the torn down buildings as possible when we build new buildings and we renovate the existing ones, but also in transforming the landscape. It would be amazing if we could use some of the materials there as well. We also want to make sure that we empower and include the people living in Gadehavegaard. That is a very central part for us. And we also would like to make sure that when we make these new landscapes around the buildings, that we think in biodiversity. And Gadehavegaard is actually a part of another new European Bauhaus project called Desire, where we transform this concrete area, this parking lot, into a vibrant, buzzing, new biodiverse park for everyone to join in. So we hope that these key values for us in Umeå is also reflected in your projects. So in Denmark, we have seen examples of the transformation of former educational and industrial buildings into housing. And this typically happens in the conversion of very beautiful old buildings worthy of architectural preservations. But we have not seen examples of homes being converted into knowledge and teaching purposes. And we have not seen transformation of these characteristic concrete buildings from the 1970s that this is. So we hope that you will help us create awareness of the climate impact that construction has, and that you will enlighten us in Umeå with inspiring ideas on how to preserve and transform these buildings. And it might be a lighthouse project that other people will get inspired from. We really hope this. So thank you very much for joining in on this competition, and feel free to ask questions for the competition officials. Thank you.